Warrior main for Cognitive, way back in the day. But guys, we have the draft beginning here. First pick, first ban for Cloud9 on Battlefield of Eternity. Bans are going to be Leeming and Tyrande. And Cloud9 is going to first pick the Kale Thoss, giving Vape Nation the option to go Thrall and Greymane to see if they'll commit to both of them. And there it is, Thrall Greymane.
It's going to be a strong duo, especially for Battlefield of Eternity, the amount of damage they can do to the Immortals. Cloud9, though, with 2 more picks. Warrior or support, and then probably another damage dealer is what we've been seeing a lot of these teams in the first pick position doing. Kind of dictates the bans for the rest of the game.
Murder going to be picked up here for Cloud9 as it is just, all around really good warrior. One of King Caffeine's comfort picks. Next pick up here for Cloud9. See what they want to go with. Potentially Zoia. We've seen them lock in Zoia before the mid-tier bans on this map before. Actually, I believe at the beginning of the last set, they locked in Zoia at this pick.
They did Greymane, Leeming, and Muradin.
I'm going to go with the Uther instead. This is a really weird draft choice here from Cloud9 because it's Battlefield of Eternity specifically.
Oh, never mind. It was Greymane, Thrall, and then Tyrael Zoia on Battlefield of Eternity. Yeah, there is the Uther that you said. But that does mean that there's nothing that Vape Nation can really do to them with these bans. And they can be kind of sneaky with maybe their last 2 picks while still having a really great damage dealer, a preferred frontline warrior, and then the favorite of their supports.
So, want to bring up something to you real quick, Gillyweed.
Okay.
Cloud9, in the last 2 qualifiers, has made it to their qualifying match and lost. It would be hilarious if it happened again, right?
I'm not touching that at all.
That would be crazy. Vape Nation with their next 2 picks as Tyrael and Zeratul get banned out. They need a warrior, and they need a support. Both Rhaegar and ETC are open. Probably don't need to lock in either of, just lock in the one they want. They're going to lock in one, probably go with the ETC, as there is a chance Cloud9 does go double warrior. And then, of course, pick up the damage they want, unless they want to hide what damage they're going. If they're not worried about it getting taken, so.
Yep, hovering on the Rhaegar. And selecting him as their support.
They do lock it in. Now, is Vape Nation going to pick their damage and hide their warrior, or pick their warrior and hide their damage?
We didn't have Sylvanas on this map in the last match.
No.
But we've seen her have a lot of power on this map before.
That could be the pickup here. It's going to be Vala instead, though. I think it's a mistake to go Vala here. If on this map specifically, you might as well go Sylvanas at this point. You'll get more value out of it and basically accomplish the same thing. Unless they're worried that Cloud9 is going to go ETC here. Which, I mean, Wailing Arrow interrupts Mosh Pit anyway, so...
Right.
They wouldn't even need the Rain of Vengeance from Mosh. Definitely think it's a mistake to go Vala over Sylv on this map.
Yeah, they're really thinking about this Vala. Going pretty deeply into their time pool with only 20 seconds left. Vala is nabbed. And now 2 final picks for Cloud9. I don't see why they wouldn't get Zoia unless they've got something up their sleeves. Especially with Muradin and Uther too.
Last 2 picks here for Cloud9. Could potentially see that Sylvanas we've been hinting at. Cloud9 does run it. We've seen Arthlon run it recently quite a few times. And of course the Zoia is still an option. Great siege damage. Really the only hero right now that can keep up with the Zoia, or the Thrall Greymane would be Zoia. So maybe Zoia Falstad. Or Zoia Sylvanas. I don't know if I would like Tassadar here, as Zoia, Tassadar, Uther is a great trio.
Right.
Not the best for this
sieging
match. Yeah.
The Immortals. If not that, then what? Zeratul is taken out. Thrall Greymane already grabbed. Oh, Zagara.
Zagara is definitely different. So I mean that would be Arthlon on the Zagara. Kael'Thas, played by K-Wood Pro.
So what, Zag, Sonya?
Yeah. I think they're going Sonya no matter what.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh!
Bug Squad!
Okay, well, that should be, oh, man. Who are they going to put on which? I can tell you that Anubarak is King Caffeine's favorite warrior in the game.
Really?
Yeah. But King Caffeine's known for Murden. I'm assuming it's going to be King Caffeine on Anub and Murden played by iDream.
Arthon Zag.
And of course, ETC, no surprise from Vape Nation. As he made it through the bans, no Tyrael available here.
I love how many interrupts they have for Mosh Pit.
Yeah.
They're picking ETC into this knowing that there is just a ton of interrupts.
Every hero has a way of interrupting it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, here we go, guys. About to get into this. This is the last best of 3 on this stream, but not the last best of 3 of the night, as there's more qualifying rounds going on. We'll host the stream when we're done here, but everyone get excited. Thank you for tuning in over the last few days. Those who've been tuning in for Gold League, those who've been tuning in for the qualifiers. It's been a blast to cast with you, Gilly.
It's been a blast to cast with you too, Zoya. We have had some hilarious moments, some fail moments, but we have gotten here our final match of the weekend. And we are so excited to share it with you guys. And here we go. The countdown has begun. Cloud9 versus Vape Nation starts right now. Game number 1 will be on Battlefield of Eternity. Vape Nation.
Now, this is 4/5 of OVO,
yes,
correct?
I was just going to say that.
Silent Fury is the only one that wasn't on OVO.
Right.
Okay.
And that was Lex Uther that got replaced.
Yes, it was Lex Uther. Okay, well, here we go, guys. Loading into game number 1. Winner of this best of 3 qualifies for DreamHack. We'll be joining Cognitive Gaming, Tempo Storm, Ventic, Gale Force Esports, and
Team Higher Consciousness.
Here on the left-hand side of the map in the blue trunks, it's going to be Vape Nation. Trap Queen on Rhaegar, Silent Fury on Greymane, Wilted on Thrall, Gilletto on Vala, and Theoculus rounding out the team on ETC.
And for Cloud9 in the red. You didn't move over there, I was following you, buddy. Dunk Train's playing Uther, K1 Pro on Kael'Thas, Arthlon playing Zagara, iDream on Anubarak, and King Caffeine on Muradin. So Dream will be playing Anubarak.
Okay. King Caffeine not going to be happy about that. We'll see how this is going to go for Cloud9. This is a very unconventional draft. They're going to be looking to fight a lot with this, I assume. You got a lot of CC as well, like you said, control for the fights.
Yes, so much control.
So much control that you could pilot a ship to space. Speaking of space, Space Lads Episode 2 came out the other day. Make sure you check it out.
What's that about?
You shouldn't ask questions like that. I'm not prepared for that. I just do the plug. I don't do anything else.
Fine.
A lot of damage going on the ETC here. The Gravity Lapse connects, but he will be able to get out of there. About a quarter of his HP is gone now. It's a good poke comes from Cloud9.
Zagara versus Thrall in the top. The age-old conflict between those two heroes yet again happening with the majority of the action down in the bottom lane. Both teams anchoring, setting up, seeing if they can catch someone out of position. Oculus gets forced out of the vents by King Caffeine, and Kael'Thas still wondering about that level 1. Felon Fusion or Mana Addict?
I'm curious as to what he will lock. Will be Felon Fusion.
Okay.
I mean, this is a hard map to get the 25 globes on, so Mana Addict less likely, and like you said, it is Felon Fusion.
Yeah.
Ooh, Arthlon taking a lot of damage up here versus the Thrall, getting caught in the root combo, eating a full Wind Fury attack. Puts him at half HP, but Wilted, of course, taking a lot of damage from the Hydras, but will get healed up from his trait. We got 11 seconds on the Immortals. I'm curious as to what Cloud9's plan is with this composition. Are they going to go for the Siege race, or are they going to try and contest?
With Greymane and Vala and Thrall, seems like they would want to contest, but they are positioned faster around their opponent's immortals. So they're going to start that. Arthlon and Dunk Train coming in, doing what they can to dissuade the members of Vape Nation to hit the immortal. And a big fight starting to happen as the Oculus, Silent Fury, and Trap Queen all take a bunch of damage at the same time. And Cloud9 successfully forced Vape Nation off of their immortal.
iDream, you're doing nothing to this. This is actually accomplishing almost nothing. They should literally have any other hero over there. Arthlon getting really low here. He's very far from Dunk Train, has to reposition himself. Dunk Train comes in and is now suddenly surrounded by 5 members of Vape Nation there, and Dunk Train's gonna be the first blood. Of course, iDream hasn't done anything to this immortal, so it's still pretty healthy. I am so confused by what Cloud9's trying to do with this draft. I mean, maybe if they were trying to contest and look for fights constantly, but...
All right, now they're just taking the shields down. They realize they're going to lose this. They can't try to contend with this anymore. Having Uther just now respawning, coming back. So they're bringing down the shields where they can. It's a little less than half shielded, so hopefully their defense can make sure that they don't lose the fort to this immortal.
Well, Cloud9 will be defending it here in the top lane. Arthlon already in position. King Caffeine rotating up. Looks like iDream will be the one in the bottom who will be soaking that experience and not with the defense. See how much damage this does. Gilly, no Sylvanas, so would be really surprised if this got the fort, but should at least get the front wall.
Here they go with the siege. As both teams have their level 4 talents. They're trying to bring down the towers. 2 towers go down. Still pretty healthy immortal. We're going to start working on the fort, but they're bringing it down pretty quickly, and members of Vape Nation not wanting to start funneling in from all of the damage, especially since there is so much lockdown. They can very quickly turn around and have several stuns to stop somebody in their tracks and bring them down. Thrall and Anubarak in the bottom lane continue to soak for the team. A good amount of experience lead for Vape Nation.
Yako's taking a lot of damage, and so is Gilletto. It's a good aggression coming out here from Cloud9. We'll have to see what their next plan is when each team starts to try and take their bruiser camps, as well as the siege camps in the top and the bottom.
Yeah, with so many members of Vape Nation up top, they are going, well, they were looking, the Dog Brothers were looking at that siege camp. Bruiser camp, generally you want to start getting it so that you can cap it right around when the immortal phase spawns. So you look at like the giants or the siege camp first and then go to the bruiser camp. Since that pushes a lot more, it will hopefully make your opponents leave the immortal long enough and you get the advantage in that fight. But both teams for now just working on clearing out those lanes before they do start heading there. And there the bruisers are grabbed by Vape Nation. Cloud9 starting to work on their own, be right behind them.
We'll see if which team's going to end up cleaning it up before the immortal spawn. Both teams have plenty of time to do so. Looks like the bottom siege camps can be contested here. iDream looking to burrow in here. Zagara does rotate down. Spikes come out. Is iDream willing to contest this? He's moving forward. Rest of the team is not here though. Uther's still sitting top lane. Murden a little bit late to the rotation with Kel'Thas, so they are going to go ahead and give it up. 2 Merc camps here pushing bottom, which forces Cloud9 to react to this. And I think on the immortal spawn, this gives a small lead over to Vape Nation.
Well, the bruisers of Cloud9...
Dunk Train feed.
Wow. All right, so Dunk Train gets caught out. What I was going to say is the bruisers of Cloud9, they only had 1 person up there to try to stop those. So those are still pushing, whereas most of the camps have been cleaned up for Cloud9. They had more members down where those 2 camps were hitting. So we'll see how much that bruiser camp gets done for Cloud9. Meanwhile, Vape Nation with Silent Fury in trouble, staying alive. He and the Oculus firing back, taking out iDream, and staying alive through this, even though the Oculus and Silent Fury have been super low in this fight.
Well, new bracket to go down. That's 3 kills to 0 in favor of Vape Nation. Cloud9 needing a power spike here at level 7 with Kel'Thas. Gonna help out quite a bit. But those Merc camps that weren't cleaned up here by Vape Nation are getting some serious value, Gilly. Fort's at half HP. Trap Queen does rotate up and is starting to kill off the Shaman, but damage has already been done.
Yeah, that's the thing about those bruiser camps is they will bring down a big structure like that very, very fast. And you can forget about it when you get into the heat of a fight around these immortals. So they've been cleaned up, but they've lost a lot from the fort. Both teams posturing once again around this central area, looking to try to catch somebody out of position. They see iDream flanking from the side, but an impale will keep them from chasing him down more.
still holding on here. Cloud9 with his defensive posture, trying to get kills. If they can get a kill, then they can probably snowball this fight very easily, but they just need to be able to get that. They haven't been able to catch anyone too far out of position. They're going for the chase here. Stuns go down on Diakos. Gravity Lapse is going to miss from K1 Pro.
It's a great dodge on the Gravity Lapse. You have to know that they're always waiting to try to follow it up with that Gravity Lapse leap of the first number they get. King Caffeine gets hit by the power slide. Wilted goes after him. He gets hit by a lot of damage from Kael'Thas, and maybe the first one to fall here, throwing out the chain lightning, trying to help heal himself back up with that Frostwolf resilience. And they're staying in this.
I have no idea what's happening in this game. This is just both teams too afraid to fully commit. I feel like Vape Nation could have committed for a kill a few times and they've just been too passive. Cloud9's trying to get the kills, but they have double warrior, and a new Brack doesn't start scaling better until 13. King Caffeine getting very, very low. Dwarf crosses the Feral Spirit. If that would have hit, that would have been bad. It did hit the High Dream though, and both warriors are very low. K1 Pro still in a great spot. Gravity Lapse goes down, and that is what Kael'Thas does. From 100 to about 10% all by himself. The new power of Kael'Thas is ridiculous.
If Belath would have slammed, he would have been.
Yes, that would have been game.
They almost got to the halfway point, but now Silent Fury has to go back, and Trapped Queen is they're on the defensive for the first time, allowing Cloud9 to put some damage down. We still have an experience lead for Vape Nation, but it's still a ways off until they have the heroic abilities and they would be able to force Cloud9 back. But if they could get to the half point, throw the damage down to get them to switch places. They could heal up if they need to, get some mana if they need to, and go back to the lanes to soak those to try to get the heroic abilities sooner.
I'm just so confused by Cloud9's thoughts of this draft for this map.
There it is.
There's the swap, so it did end up getting won by Vape Nation.
Gilletto is out of mana.
Yeah.
And the Oculus is pretty low too.
We're going to go ahead and go on this Mortal here, start whittling it down. Thrall taking some damage. K1 Pro very low. Idrim gets hit by the power slide, and so does K1 Pro. That's going to be the death of a new Brack. The Optimus taking a lot of damage. King Caffeine trying to help secure it, but Silent Fury comes in, gets stunned by Drunk Train. Arcline's going to fall here as well. That's level 10.
That's a 3-for-1 heroic abilities and a giving up of the Immortal. The Immortal will be way more shielded in this next phase.
I am so confused by what Cloud9's doing here, guys. This is the order of the draft. I mean, this is Battlefield of Eternity. Their picks were Kael'Thas, Muradin, and Uther, giving up so much siege damage in a map that the priority in your first rotations has always been just getting siege damage for the Immortals. Letting through heroes like Zoia for a new wreck. I'm just so confused by what the plan is behind Cloud9's draft. I don't think they're sandbagging. They win it whenever the tournament's on the line, and they know these players aren't bad.
Do you think they were hoping to just win fights and then win the Immortals after that? Like, hopefully just like go full on in and just take them out when the members of, I want to say OVO, Vape Nation were just trying to siege?
I mean, I guess the plan is to stall out and make it to 16. When they get 16, they can win this game in every team fight. Just right now, they get every time a fight breaks out, they're on the verge of securing a kill. Sundering comes out, there's the power slide into the mosh pit. The Maw is there, hitting multiple members, and no one on the end of Cloud9 has fallen yet. K1 Pro with the Flame Strike, not going to be able to do enough there. Fortunately, you're not able to detonate your own chain bombs anymore, so K1 Pro not going to be able to secure any kills there, but that Maw and the Divine Shield preventing a lot of deaths for Cloud9.
Absolutely, because the Sundering was out and the Rain of Vengeance was there too. They were so close to getting a ton of kills in one swoop, but a great Maw, and they're able to save the day. That is not Cocoon, that will be Locust Swarm for a new Barak. And all the other heroic abilities we saw in the fight being used with standard ones for the rest of the heroes for Cloud9. A level lead for Vape Nation. They got a fort down. They took towers in front of a keep too. And Cloud9 are getting aggressive. They want to start bringing down some of the structures here so that they can get caught back up in experience.
Cloud9 feeling a lot more confident now that they have their heroics. Willing to push out and pressure on the map. Phoenix and Locust Storm are both up right now. Sundering still down, as well as Mosh Pit and Rain of Vengeance for Vape Nation. And ETC still in top lane. The Oculus is about to get his team level 13. Cloud9 is rotating up. Uther, King Caffeine, iDream, and K1 Pro are heading up. But the Oculus already realizes it's coming and is starting to move back.
Yes. I was like, Oculus, no, not like this. But they're posturing to steal these bruisers. And 13 is not quite here yet. Back
this is the
off.
perfect time for an invade. The rest of the team didn't go with Caffeine, though. Wonder what happened. I guess the Aqua's flank scared them. iDream not willing to go over the wall here. Really curious as to why only King Caffeine went in. That seemed like a very easy invade, and they were on the same tier. But there's just like a weird passivity coming out from Cloud9 this game.
Yeah, I mean, they could be. I mean, Mosh Pit is not up yet. So I'm not sure, it just now came up. Maybe he used it and they had to like stall it out or something, and stun it out. Not sure. The Immortal phase has started 13-12. The Cloud9 are okay with that. They want to try to find some picks right now before they lose yet another Immortal phase. They haven't found one yet. They've got lots of stuns. They just have to make one hit, and there they started with Gilletto. Living Bomb will make sure that she, oh no, Vala barely surviving. Wilted will get the Ancestral Heal to stay alive. And they sustain through that initial stun combo.
Imagine if a new Barak was Sylvanas. Like, that would have just, like, every team fight changes to the Cloud9 getting kills. It's always, Arthlon can't do enough burst damage. His cooldowns are very slow, and it's just kind of this weird sustain. Anytime K1 Pro almost killed someone, they just barely get away. If Cloud9 had any more damage, every single team fight would be different. So at this point, Cloud9's banking on them not losing the game before K1 Pro gets 16. Once he has 16, he can 1v1 every hero in this game, or on the end of Vape Nation. But until then, these fights have just been a constant struggle.
And Cloud9, oh, there's the Rain of Vengeance and the Devouring Maw too to help disengage from the damage. The Phoenix comes in, a lot of stuns off of this Devouring Maw, and Divine Shield keeps Muradin alive. They bring down 2 members of Vape Nation and all stay up in this fight. What I was about to say was that Cloud9 was in position at the earlier part of that Immortal fight first, and Vape Nation, their ability to just burn down the Immortals faster afforded them the halfway point. But now with those 2 kills, Vape Nation, they're still trying to defend. They still have 3 people left, and some of the members were low, but they still can only defend here, and they really run the risk of losing more people.
Mortals half HP here. Everyone is up on the end of Vape Nation. Sundering's up, Ancestral will be up soon. Cloud9, despite winning that because of the lack of siege damage they have, hasn't been able to even up the score. Their Mortals still lower HP than their opponents. 3 kills to 6 in favor of Vape Nation. Cloud9 struggling to get their hold in this game, but they're on the same tier. And I believe that's cooldown reduction on Kael'thas, correct?
Yes, Pyromaniac.
Going for the Pyromaniac so K1 Pro can get his combo up more.
That's what he did with Sun King's Fury last game too.
Yeah. Really like the decision. Oh, Power Slide goes down onto a nice cleanse, though, for the Sundering. Arthlon getting very low. Dunk Train gonna have to heal him up. That is a heroic down. King Caffeine getting poked down. Arthlon needing to go tap well. Wilton potentially looking for a flank. Can he catch Arthlon opposition?
He nearly does. Arth's gonna have to go back and at least tap. Still, no Devouring Maw. No, they didn't have Divine Shield until just now. Finally, they at least have that up to try to get more aggressive. Devouring Maw is up 2, Ancestral Healing. Catches Wilted, and he stays alive, but they are going on for the attack. The Oculus gets Mod out of his Mosh Pit. K1 Pro, the Divine Shield used on him to keep him alive, and there he has found his target. Silent Fury jumping through. The Rain of Vengeance trying to help him out, but Gilletto will go down to a Living Bomb, and 2 members taken out by Cloud9. And they should be able to get the finish off the Immortal phase with that. I mean, they are very, very patient. They waited through 2 iterations of their heroic abilities just to be able to get this phase.
So I guess the speculation we have is kind of right. I mean, they're just banking on making it further and further into the game. Now that K1 Pro has the cooldown reduction at 13, we're starting to see that it's easier for them to secure kills as he's able to cast his spells more often now. Then at level 16, we'll see that change. It's just... This feels like just such a risky draft for Cloud9 to do on this map. But they've evened up the game, Gilly, and they've got their first Immortal. Won't get much more than this fort, as there's good defense positioning here for Vape Nation.
They did a good job too earlier of taking out the towers when they knew they could be aggressive, so that this would go right on the fort. This is still a very healthy Bella that will start sieging up onto the towers in front of the keep. They can take these out too, and this is going to help them greatly on their quest to getting level 16.
Yeah, and that's when K1 Pro is really going to be a monster. I'm going to take a look at the hero damage right now. And Vala's on top by 63,000. K1 Pro is actually only at 44,000, which is still behind Zagara as well. And wow, they're actually getting the passivity coming out from Vape Nation in this defense. They're going to lose this keep. They should not have lost that. I don't know what they were doing with their damage dealers, but this Immortal should not have gone all the way to keep.
Yeah, Wilted was waiting for the Sundering, but they never... He had a good flank position, but just, I guess, didn't find it, didn't have the right place, in his opinion. But now they've lost a keep, and Cloud9, where seeming behind now, is in full control of this game and taking out a keep and getting their level 16 talents.
Yep, stall, wait for 16. Here comes the burst from Kael'thas. Only 2 heroes there, and immediately take Trafficking down to 1% HP. He does get a chain heal up. It's barely going to survive. The Oculus, what? K1 Pro does so much damage. He's very low in the backline. They need to back out of here. Did you see how fast ETC died?
An ETC.
That one fight, I just got done saying K1 Pro was about 8,000 damage behind Arthalon. He is now 6,000 at damage ahead of Arthalon. From that one fight, he did 18,000 damage.
Yikes. Well, at least Vape Nation have their 16 talents too, so they could be on an even tier when fighting. But like you said, Cloud9 is now where they want to be in this game, and both teams trying to get some mercenary camps. At the very least, Vape Nation picking up their own mercenary camps is going to keep their aggression off of this bottom lane where their keep is missing. So help stall out the catapults, and that's going to be needed because their last fight around the Immortals took forever. If they get into that position again, there's going to be catapults all the way up to the core, and if Cloud9 starts to win, it would be no hard task to get to the core.
Well, at this point, Cloud9 just looking to force a fight. Just get in the face of Vape Nation, contest, defend, they don't care. They've got so much damage now that they've hit level 16 with Kael'thas and Zagara that they can just kind of go ham. But they're going to go for the trade instead. And again, another, with the double Mutalisk now, as well as the autos from Kael'thas doing more damage. It's not good enough to win the race, but it keeps up.
Yeah, it's even.
Much better than before.
I think maybe they didn't want to fight in that spot too. That would have been like a very risky spot to try to fight in. This is a bit more open and easier, and they're going right for it as King Caffeine comes in. Gravity Labs does not stun. The Devouring Maw, though, in the back has a couple of members, and they can make something happen off of this for sure as the stuns come in from iDream. 2 people just like that taken out. The Oculus with a living bomb trying desperately to stay alive, gets back to Trap Queen, who keeps him that way. But the Immortal fight again getting won, and iDream already opening up this keep for future aggression.
Yeah, he's just trying to get down as low as he can. The Oculus gets hit by, does not actually get hit by a stun, avoids it. Silent Fury taking some damage here. iDream and Dunktrain hitting well. And they get out an Ancestral Healing. I mean, this is good there for Cloud9. Now they've got an Immortal pushing the top lane. That's definitely going to get the keep. Potentially could go for core here. Dunktrain does not need to die here, though.
Just 2v3 forces out an Ancestral Healing from the 3. Thrall and Vala are up in time for the defense of their final keep, which a half-shielded Immortal will be threatening, as well as the rest of the members of Cloud9. No Locust Swarm, no Avatar, no Devouring Maw, but similarly no Ancestral Healing, and Sundering not quite ready yet. And here we go.
Push is coming here in this top lane. Mortal being ignored for the time being. Gravity Lapse does not end up connecting. Phoenix goes out. The Oculus has Living Bomb on him, but not taking too much damage. That's going to be the death of Greymane very quickly. Trap Queen, no reactive time. Actually didn't even have Ancestral up anyway, so no chance of saving him. Immortal has taken out the keep. It's still full HP, just about to lose its shield, and I think this is going to be game, Gilly.
Yeah, I agree with you there. No Greymane, having a tough time of fighting. There is the Rain of Vengeance, but a clutch Divine Shield keeps a new Barak alive, and in that amount of time they'll take out Thrall. Gilletto having a hard time of being able to stay alive. Devouring Maw catches no one, but it doesn't matter. 4 members down, make that 5 and the core, and Cloud9 take game number 1.
All right, I mean, I just gotta change how I think about this game.
You weren't a believer. It's okay.
You can lose it does like all of the early game and mid game now if you have Kael'thas. I've just decided that right now. Kael'thas is ridiculous. Cloud9 was struggling to get any ground. They weren't winning team fights. They weren't winning Immortals. They just played the stall game. You kept pulling out. They just keep waiting and waiting, not overcommitting, just being as patient as they can. And then when they finally hit 16, the game completely changed. And, okay. Well, that's where we're at right now, guys. Kael'thas is really good when he late game. It reminds me of old school compositions with KT when he used to have Ignite on his Flame Strike. It used to be, you know,
wait,
yeah. You know, you play for late game. Wait, yeah, what?
That's what you have to wait and wait and wait until you can get him to the point where he has that Ignite. Well, congratulations to Cloud9, who are 1 game away from qualifying for the DreamHack All-Stars Austin. We're going to take a break when we set up game number 2. We'll see you guys soon. Hey guys, we are back potentially for the last game of the night, which is crazy. a long day, a long weekend, Zoya. Your mic is probably muted.
Yeah. Sup, Dag?
So before we get into our last draft, which will be on Tomb of the Spider Queen, why don't we go ahead and do shout-outs just in case it is our last game.
Yeah. I am Zoya, manager and caster for Tempo Storm Heroes of the Storm team. You can follow me at Tempo Zoya on Twitter. You can follow my stream, which is twitch.tv/ZoyaTV. Shout out to all the Tempo Storm sponsors, and head over to TempoStorm.com, look at our stuff. Also check out Space Lads, episode 2. It's a great series that myself, Miwa, King Caffeine, K1 Pro, and iDream are doing. We're going to be releasing 2 to 3 videos a week if we can, depending on if we get quality enough content for it. And yeah, I appreciate everyone for tuning in and cheering us on over the last few days. It's
Yes.
Gilly and I have realized our limits very, very importantly, because I don't think we'll be doing this again. Like I honestly feel bad because the quality of the cast today has just been like, at least from my perspective, from my end, I feel like I did not perform well today just because I can barely finish a sentence. I am going to bed immediately. But thank you for everyone who's been tuning in to watching us cast Gold League and casting these qualifiers. Thank you.
Thank you guys for sticking with us. You guys can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, all Gillyweed SC2. Thank you for hanging out and sticking with us again for Gold League and this. We really appreciate it. And we hope that you will follow us for more qualifiers as we have no plans. Wait, that's not what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
We have many plans.
She's affected by fatigue too, people.
We have many plans to cast future ones together, but our draft has started on Tomb of the Spider Queen between Vape Nation and Cloud9. Cloud9 can close it out right here, guys.
Vape Nation, you know what? They said, okay, K1 Pro. You're dumb and that hero's dumb. We're banning Kael'thas. Cloud9 going to deny the Zul for the first pick, which makes sense on Tomb of the Spider Queen. And Vape Nation going to go ahead and first pick Thrall. Now, what will Cloud9 do? They have Zagara open. Great vision. Arthon just played Zag pretty well also. And, of course, Greymane's up. Which it's been a while since we've seen their Greymane. And they're hovering the Zag right now. Dahaka potentially, too.
Oh, I would love another Dahaka game.
Both Arthon and King Caffeine, we've seen them play it. Pretty decent.
It's high praise. High praise for sure. The pretty decent. They're looking at this Dahaka. Li Ming is another hero who's available. Maybe an earlier grab of her, knowing that Kael'thas is gone. And it will be her plus Zagara.
Okay. Letting the Greymane go through. Wanting more map control and siege, as opposed to hard engage, which is what Thrall Greymane will give. And the Sylvanas being picked up for the first time today in the North American games. I believe we saw her twice in China, but in the qualifier day, we're finally seeing Sylvanas and letting Greymane through. So probably going to see a Greymane ban here in the mid-tier. But Uther Sylvanas picked up. This is a lot of... It's just really good. This is 3 really good heroes. I'm really liking Vape Nation's draft so far.
Do you think Cloud9 will be the one to ban Greymane? Because of the Greymane Thrall combo? So I think Vape Nation will probably ban Rhaegar.
I think Vape Nation will ban Rhaegar or Greymane.
Yeah.
One of the two. I mean, if Cloud9 is not planning on running Greymane, then they'll ban it.
Okay.
If they have something else in mind.
They could also ban, like, Muradin, a warrior, and then grab ETC or something like that. Or if they want Muradin, the opposite. Oh, there is the Greymane.
So we're not planning on running it, which is smart. I like that decision making on Tomb of the Spider Queen, especially versus the Sylvanas. Tasks are going to be the ban here for Vape Nation, so this does give Cloud9 their first pick of whatever warrior they want, whatever support they want. Not whatever support they want. They still get Rhaegar, as Uther was taken, clearly. But they get, if the Tassadar ban does get committed to, they get to choose between Muradin and ETC, which more than likely we will see that Muradin, knowing Cloud9.
Switching their minds now, and Rhaegar, which we initially said, is banned out by Vape. And now first pick of their warrior. Not so much the support. If they could also leave the support to the end now if they want to get 2 really quality picks here. And of course their first choice between warriors. Johanna would help them with the wave clear. ETC, they want to get aggressive and have the controls, the stuns, throws back to his team. In the attack speed. Karzim, actually, okay, so they are getting their support, which makes me think maybe they want to hide something for last pick. Dahaka is hovered. Do it! I'm excited for Dahaka.
It is a Dahaka.
Nice.
With a Karazim. Tassar still available for that last pick if Cloud9 does want the double support. As well as Tyrande. We could also see double warrior come out from Cloud9 as well. If they do want to go with Murden or ETC with the Dahaka. So Cloud9's got a lot of options here for their last pick.
Yeah, I like that they've left it so they can flex it depending on what Vape Nation choose. Dahaka has like a big old cheesy grin on his face.
He's hungry.
He is so happy because he is the 50th hero in the Nexus. I'll forever be remembered for that.
His 50th hero include Balog, Olaf, and...
Those are together. They're the Lost Vikings. They're one hero. But Cho and Gull are separate.
I don't like that.
Why not?
That just doesn't make sense. If Cho and Gull, all right, that's just...
They're played by 2 different players.
That's racist against Vikings.
The Vikings are all played by one person.
That's racist against Vikings.
Oh my
They're
gosh.
each their own people.
I know that we're in a... I know... That is seriously the cutest. My dog looks so cute. I can't stand it.
I envy him so much
I'm gonna
right
tweet
now.
it out. He's so cute.
I wish I was your dog right now, just sleeping on the floor.
Dwarf bro. Oh, never mind. Tyrael.
No dwarf bros. Tyrael picked up by Vape Nation, which makes very little sense to me with this composition. With only one melee assassin and it being Thrall. Thrall who keeps a lot of range between his opponents most of the time with Chain Lightning Poke. Tyrael feels really out of place here. Cloud9 with their last pick.
That is seriously the cutest. My dog looks so cute. I can't stand it. Okay, okay, so now they are looking at the double warrior. Just looking at being super tanky, having a lot of control between Anubarak and Dahaka, and Leeming Dahaka. I love this combination. I know we were seeing the Kale Haka earlier on, but yesterday, Gale Force Esports showed us how powerful Leeming and Dahaka was versus Cloud9, right?
I don't remember.
I think yeah, Gale Force Esports qualified over Cloud9, and they were the ones doing this. Fury was playing the Dahaka. So they're picking that up.
I'm so confused about this Anubarak. Twice now we've seen it. And from last game, yes, Cloud9 won, but it felt like Anubarak brought almost no value to the team.
He was
there was a lot of
attacking that Immortal.
Well, compared to like other warriors, right? Like, why?
I'm teasing you because you were so tilted that he was attacking the Immortal.
I can't even like hear what you're saying at this point. I just like acknowledge that something came out of your mouth and just roll with it. I am just in my own world at this point. Oh, Arnold.
Did you see the tweet?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he's so cute.
Here we go, guys. Game number 2. This is match point here for Cloud9. Will they qualify for regionals at DreamHack Austin? Or will this be an upset, potentially?
We'll see soon because the countdown has started for game number 2. Vape Nation need this win to bring it back and keep their hopes alive of qualifying for DreamHack Austin. This is the last chance for these teams. And I did hear that Panda Global did win that round of 32 match, so now they're in their round of 16 match versus Tailwind Esports. They will face the victor of a Mashed Potato Volcano and 2Arc Gaming. To refresh really fast to see if we know the winner on that one. It is 2Arc. 2Arc beat Mashed Potato Volcano. So the winner of Panda Global and Tailwind Esports will face 2Arc, but we are in a different match. Here in the blue is Cloud9. Zoia, would you do the honors?
Sure. Dunk Train, K1 Pro, King Caffeine, Arthlon, and iDream.
Woo! And for Vape Nation, Wilted playing Falstad, Silent Fury on Thrall, Trap Queen playing Muradin, Gilletto playing Sylvanas, and the Oculus. Sorry, Trap Queen's on Uther. I can't tell because Silent Fury is just circling madly in front of him, but the Oculus is playing Tyrael.
Take a look at level 1 talents. Not seeing anything too out of the ordinary. We're going to be seeing Regen Master on Tyrael. We've been seeing a bit of diversity in level 1 talents between all the regions on Tyrael lately. Sometimes going for the cooldown reduction. Sometimes I believe going for the hero damage on Smite as well.
Per Jeeval. Zagara's still considering. Might get Corpse Feeders if they're really wanting to go after this early siege. Otherwise, it could. I mean, Reconstitution is almost always the choice.
Yeah.
Might just be trying to get as much damage done as possible before figuring that out what she really wants.
Thinking pretty hard on it. We'll see what Arth wants to pick later on. Going to be in this, or K1 Pro, excuse me. K1 Pro going to be pushing this bottom lane here. Going to get the wall down very easily here. Silent Fury Fly rotates down. Still the rotation's being controlled here by Vape Nation.
Right. The early siege really in favor of Zagara. As the 4 members of Cloud9 will come down to join Vape Nation in the mid. Still, Zagara getting a lot done in the bot versus Thrall. Really helping that along. It was very good for them as it got a good start and taking that out. Not also, if they can get more of that siege down, then once they get their first web weaver phase, potentially get a first fort off of it.
Right now, good job again from Vape Nation keeping up this aggression. With the rotations, of course, we're not trying to force a fight. But there we go, trying to force one down here. iDream in a little bit of trouble. Hammering connects, but not going to be enough to kill iDream out. Of course, with the self-healing he has from his straight. Very hard to gank him if he does have stacks built up.
Oh, I love this rotation they put Dahaka in bottom and sent Zagara up to the top. So it's going to force some of the members of Vape Nation to come up because of her strong ability to lane up against them. And so they've got 4 members up here, and the rest of the members from Cloud9 are going down to the bottom. So they're just messing with these rotations, trying to get advantages over Vape Nation and confuse them, maybe even catch them trying to rotate too aggressively to keep up and take them out from there.
Oh, Dahaka in a little bit of trouble here. He's already used his burrow. Don't know if he's got the self-heal up, taking a lot of damage, but not enough to secure the kill. The hook comes down actually onto Thrall. The body block there from Dunk Train. Nope, actually not even near enough damage to secure that kill. Gilletto actually getting very low though. And Cloud9 with a half-level lead now. K1 Pro dueling it out with Wilted up here. Don't know if he's going to win this. It looks like he is coming out on top. If he had a little bit more mana, he might have been able to stay a bit longer.
Yeah. Low on the mana. It needs to have a well tap to keep him up there. With the potential of an orb build for Li Ming. Under King will be the level 4 talent for a new bracket's my favorite one. K1 Pro is in trouble and will get taken out. No way to dodge that hammering as it was on the way back. But a quick rotation from Cloud9 ensures they don't miss out on any of these. And Gilletto even might be in trouble. The hook, not hook, tongue, drag picks up Uther and another kill.
A lot of progression, a lot of lockdown with this composition. I mean, King Caffeine on the new Barak this game. He's got 2 stuns. For those of you, I mean, who only watch the competitive scene, don't really play the game too much, or haven't really played heroes that you don't see too often competitive. A new Barak having multiple utility items to his kit. He's got the stun with his Q, which is the Impaling Spines. He's got the Burrow as well, which is another AoE knockup. So a lot of CC coming out from King Caffeine. You combine that with the drag from Dahaka, and those 2 heroes alone can lock a target for a long time.
And I can't wait for you guys to see the drag plus disintegrate that we were seeing yesterday. But meanwhile, K1 Pro again getting caught, but they pay for it with Falstad and Gilletto. So much damage from that arcane orb. A beautiful impale from the side, and Gilletto gets hit from the stuns, but they keep her alive. And every time they lose the Zagara, it's nice. They're being able to pick up another kill just to even it out, and that is allowing Zagara to just continue on being aggressive. And even before getting a turn in, they have taken out 4 towers. That's crazy.
Yeah, this is This is this is what I was talking about, alluding to in the other Tomb of the Spider Queen game, where you had where you don't want to turn in unless you have an advantage, something that you can make happen with it. And this is exactly what Cloud9 did. They're very patient with it. And they do have that first turn in of the game. Now we're going to be seeing increased drag duration on iDream at level 7, just even more, making the CCs last a bit longer.
Wow.
Like a lot of lockdown. Arthlon in a bad spot does rotate up though. Nice kill from King Caffeine to keep him healthy.
Also from King Caffeine, you can see the bed of barbs on the ground at level 7. He picks that up. I love this build, bed of barbs plus the Under King. When you are going as the second tank, a new Barak, it's really cool to always see this because it's just so much even more CC. The bed of barbs was increased, the damage for it, in one of the last patches too. It's been a little while, but still with the Under King you get the increased range. K1 Pro is in trouble from Silent Fury. Don't get taken out, but the big push up top continues as they're trying to siege down this top floor.
It's getting very, very low, but they're being collapsed upon. Wilson comes on to Arthlon. Spikes come out, going to be able to disengage for him. They should be able to get out of here despite it being 4 versus 3. At the same time, Dahaka did burrow bottom. That's going to be that fort going down. It's only a single fort from this first web we return in, but like you said, all 3 walls are down. Silent Fury getting very, very low. iDream needs to be careful as the rotation down is coming. Wilton's going to fly behind him. He should have burrow up. He is rotating the safe way, and he should have a full amount of stacks on his trait. But the Aqua's coming in as well. Is he in trouble? The root connects. The burrow goes down. The body block is here. He needs to use his trait. No, he's not going to use it. Maybe he had already used it in the siege versus the thrall.
They pick up the gems at least. Well, that was 15. That was a good amount of gems.
Yeah. Plenty of gems on the end of, I keep wanting to call them OVO.
I know, me too.
Vape Nation there. Stun's going down on the dunk train there. He does Radiant Dash out, but he's going to fall to Wilted. And now Cloud9 losing their experience. Oh my god, Arthlon.
Oh, this orb build is so much fun from Li Ming. They're going after the Oculus down. This guy has no mana. And an easy takedown for Cloud9, helping them get ever closer to 10. With this tower, they will secure those heroic abilities.
Yeah, and that's a lot of gems that were dropped, Gilly. Close to 30 of them.
Oh, dang.
Level 10 picked up. It's going to be Web Blast. I like this a lot. Web Blast used to not be very good in this kind of situation, but because you can no longer self-class cleanse, you can isolate the Uther. And unless he Divine Shields himself in the split-second reaction time he has, which would probably be a waste.
Right.
He gets stuck in the Web Wrap. That should be the go-to target here. Or Tyrael. The problem with using Web Blast on Tyrael to avoid the sanctification is it can be cleansed by Uther. But cleanse will probably be on cooldown, just because there's so many CCs like we talk about with dragon stuff. So it can go on either or depending on, you know, if cleanse is up or down.
Heroic abilities for Vape Nation.
Oh, they got it in.
Very.
They got the Web Weaver turn in despite King Caffeine using Web Blast on Trap Queen to try and deny it.
Just gonna say all of the heroics are the normal ones for Vape Nation. And here come the red Web Weavers. Cloud9, if they can get a couple of kills here, then they'll basically make it so that it was a wasted Web Weaver phase, but they weren't finding it. They still have all their heroic abilities up except for Cocoon. And the bottom will be the place for Vape Nation to siege. Now remember, these guys have Sylvanas. They can turn off the structures. They can make it so that you have to rely on hero damage to even bring down the Web Weavers. But with the Li Ming, that's not too difficult despite the Sylvanas being here, as the towers don't even go down.
Yeah, but middle is a different story as one tower is just about to go down. Top lane, Dahaka does burrow up there. We'll see how much of this he can clear before he takes serious damage. But good rotations from Cloud9. They're going to clear up most of this.
Yeah, they only lose the 2 towers in the mid. Up top, Dahaka is getting away from the members of Vape Nation. They are trying to at least make sure they get the final 2 towers. King Caffeine up in front could try to hit the Cocoon. There it is, into the Impale and the Burrow charge. They're going after Sylvanas. The Mighty Gust will help him get away. Disintegrate comes out. This fight isn't over yet as the Devouring Maw comes in, Zoya.
Notification does go down here. Silent Fury going on to a new Brack. Does he have the burrow out of here? Divine Palm does connect and saves him. Arthlon looking for the flake. The Sun Ring comes in. Big poke, but doesn't connect with Gilletto. And Cloud9 probably on the losing end of this fight. But Gilletto and Theoclis and Wilted, all 3 of them are very low on mana. So actually Cloud9 not in fear of a chase.
Yeah, they were very hesitant to fight underneath the fort, which makes sense. They didn't have the minions there, and they did not want to have to deal with the slowing down of the attack and movement speed, but instead, being able to push them off of these points and make them go back to heal has given them a turn-in, and with this, they can try to get their level 13 talents and bring down these last 2 remaining forts for Vape Nation, especially this top one, which is already very, very low.
Yeah, top fort very low. 5 kills to 4 in favor of Vape Nation. Sylvanas looking for the defense here. Dahaka clearing waves, building stacks for his trait for that heal. King Caffeine rotating up. It looks like Dunktrain going to be split pushing bottom lane. So Cloud9 not wanting to go for, again, big structure damage with 1 push. They're wanting to maintain 3 lanes, so just so they can, kind of snowball this lead. Potentially get to a 2-level lead here, depending on how much damage this does. Top lane going to be taking out this fort uncontested.
Yeah, Falstad has to go down to the bottom to deal with that Web Weaver. They're just sieging up here in the mid. If they can catch someone out, that'd be great. They have level 13, 2 now, so they have a slight advantage over their opponents. As the Web Weaver falls, they go in for the fort and should be able to bring it down.
Silent Fury gets hit by the drag. Divine Shield used to save him as Cleanse was down. And that's just the potency of this comp. With the increased drag duration and soon the drag range, if Cleanse is down, a target will die to the Lean Lean Burst without Divine Shield. This is a really cool composition for Cloud9. The amount of CC it has, and then the sustain outside of it is really, really good.
Yeah.
Idrim getting the drag onto Wilted here. Nothing to save him. He does have the barrel roll up. Arthlon using the Disintegrate a little bit too early, but he is going to end up going down anyway.
This
The
is
frequency of this combo, Gilly.
Yeah, it's so great to see it. The fact that they're forcing out a heroic ability if Cleanse is down, just for somebody to be able to get away from that, and then it's up right away. They just don't have the answers for it to constantly be up. Once they use all of the tools that they have to deal with it, they will lose somebody to it, especially because even if they do something like barrel roll away, here comes a drag again. iDream goes in for the body blocks, a great mod to pull 2 member in, and they immediately set up around it. They go for the barrel or the burrow charge to hit a couple of the members. The Sundering comes out to try to save them, and with the members low from Cloud9, this might be what they need to take them out, but the drag again bringing down Sylvanas. This is nuts. Look at the Cocoon now. They have someone in that. They always have someone in Cocoon or in Devouring Maw, so that once they come out, they've dealt with the person they dragged in, and then they have someone else to take out after. This is nuts.
If anyone was doubting Dahaka, I mean, I don't think anyone should have been because he's shown to be good, but this is insane. The amount of kills, it's like a better version of Hook. Because it's easier to guarantee the kill because it stuns for such a long time. iDream getting a lot of damage onto him. He might go down here. He is holding 23 gems, so Dunktrain gonna have to try and get that and Radiant dash out. Theoki's looking for the chase, but Cloud9 should be able to get out of here. King Caffeine going for the back. One last Radiant dash. We're actually in a little bit of trouble here as the fall side is flying in. This could be a big loss here. Losing K1 Pro is the better of the 2 options here. Only
Because
having
the
3 gems versus the 35 for Dunktrain, so actually a good, best of a terrible situation here for Cloud9.
Well, those 2 kills have at least helped Vape Nation take control of some of the map, but their keep in the bottom lane is down, and Cloud9 have level 16. They send Sylvanas to take out the Giants. They don't have enough for a second turn-in, whereas Cloud9 is already on their way to getting a 3rd one and can keep the pressure on.
iDream going for the lick. Does not end up connecting.
He got the range down too at 16.
They get the range, yeah, so he's got the increased range by 20%, which is pretty significant. And then, of course, the 0.5 second cooldown, or increased duration.
Arcane Orbit, the full orb build for Li Ming. A great Cocoon hits one of the members.
My god, the drag!
Bull is dragged into the Li Ming damage. The Sundering is going to be baited out, but he will go down nonetheless.
This is so gross. Dahaka, back. All right, Cloud9. I get it. I get it. This is pretty cool. This is a lot of CC, and the power of Li Ming is just able to solo kills by herself with the squishy target. Her burst is insane. Really greedy for them to be doing this boss, but with no holy ground, this should be a fairly easy win here. The hook goes down. That's Cleanse down, and Cleanse is a 1-minute cooldown, Gilly.
Still have Divine Shield. Still have one more thing to stop this, but they are giving up the boss. This boss will push to the keep. And they're very close to getting a Web Weaver on top of this, too.
Yeah. Only needing 6 more. until they have enough. No, they have enough. Can I math?
Math is hard.
Can I math?
They have enough.
Yeah, we're gonna math it up. K1 Pro pushing top with the boss just to get a little bit more value. Keep in mind that the web weavers are spawning, so whatever damage this boss doesn't take care of, whatever HP on the keep is still there, web weaver sure will be able to take care of it. Web wrap does go down. It is on Uther, so no cleanse available. Divine Shield, Silent Fury breaks him out. Divine Shield used on himself. Cleanse should almost be back up. King Caffeine hit with the Shrink Ray. Mighty Gust comes out as well.
Good burrow for iDream to stay out of that Mighty Gust. They're following them back. The Wailing Arrow comes down, and Devouring Maw, a big Devouring Maw. Sanctification comes out and does hit all of the members out of that Devouring Maw, and that might have just saved the day, but King Caffeine, he's burrowing back in. Can they get back in time? The Uther's so overtaxed in his heals, but that Sanctification was golden.
Yeah, that saved his entire team there. Well played there from Theoculus. They're going to lose the keep. Mid lane taking some damage. Bottom, of course, going straight for core. So a really good position for Cloud9 to be in, and they're looking for maybe to go for the end here.
Yeah,
Aggressively positioning forward.
iDream coming in with the mid web weavers.
Yeah, going to go for a triple keep here instead of going for the core, which is still being threatened by bottom lane. Multiple catapults there, 3 catapults. That's actually a lot of damage, and the web blast does come out. Trap Queen trying to break them out of there. They're going to be able to save them. The core's starting to take some damage, Gilly. The shield's falling quickly. Trap Queen and Gilletto notice. They're going to rotate there. How much damage will they stall out? Already at 92%, and that is permanent damage there, Gilly.
Yep, 11% damage done. They save the final keep, but this is a tough spot to be in. The one thing that Vape Nation have is that they've picked up 16 talents. So if they're ever, well, if they ever wanted to get into a fight, it would be now, knowing that there's a limited amount of time. The nice thing is Cloud9 has used everything they've got. The boss is down. They can't pick that up. They are a long, long ways from a turn into. There comes a root onto K1 Pro, and the Sundering still trying to be able to take her out,
Nice.
but the Divine Palm is procced.
Unfortunately, the Wailing Arrow just barely missed Dunk Trade. Doesn't seem to matter though. K1 Pro is going to go down. Nice chase from Silent Fury and Theoculus. The dive here is happening. Divine Shield used onto Falstad. King Caffeine with the Web Blast. Gilletto getting very low from the Arthlon poke, and Theoculus does pop out of here. Arthlon very low on mana. Barrel Spirit ends up connecting with Dunk Train. They're trying to get out of here and get to their fort, and they're going to be able to.
I heard the fly, but Falstad thinking other things would be better. They do have the turn-in, and they're right at the point. The orb does not hit Trap Queen. He gets those 17 gems in. They're only a few away from getting a turn-in. Zagara down, though. Cloud9 still wanting to contest this. They don't want to lose the lead they have in these lanes. The fact that bottom and top are so far pushed all the way to the core. But without Zagara, they went ahead and played the safe game, so a turn-in will be here for Vape Nation.
Still too little leading for Cloud9. They're going to get their Storm Talents very, very soon. They're okay with playing defense here as Cloud9 hasn't dropped the fort. So even if, you know, those Web Weavers somehow got mad value that took out all 3 forts, still a long way to go. iDream looking for a hook. Holy Ground catching him. Does get the Trap Queen there. Sun's going on the Silent Fury as well. Good pace, spacing between Arthlon and Zagara, making sure they don't get collapsed spawn again, as Silent Fury and Theoculus were able to take out K1 Pro last fight.
Divine Shield's not up yet, but Wailing Arrow has just come online. All the heroics are ready otherwise for both of the teams. And they are trying to do what they can with these Web Weavers, knowing that there is a limited amount of time until Cloud9 have their Storm Talents. The top and the bottom are pushing out away from their base. Dahaka is dealing with bottom while they help this mid Web Weaver try to get to the fort. They have Sylvanas, but they're playing. It's taken them a while to get up to this point, but finally they have taken out the wall so they can spread out and get ready. And the Sylvanas bringing down this fort, keeping it from attacking, and they finally take out 1 fort from Cloud9.
iDream trying his hardest to get his team level 20. That's what Cloud9 is waiting for. So 2 of the forts will fall, bottom will still stand for Cloud9. Still no level 20 here for them. iDream trying his hardest to soak enough experience for his team. And the top lane, that last web we were just about to go down. The Gus, will it come out from Wilton? No, he ends up aborting mission.
They break him out of Cocoon too. So no big engagement yet. And the Web Weaver phase has completed. 35 gems, so 25 to go until Vape Nation can have another one. And about the same for Cloud9. They need 35 more. So this game's kind of stalled out, but there's a boss available, and Cloud9 have 20.
Yeah, we're going to probably be seeing Apex Predator from Dahaka. Bolt and Zagar, we're seeing the Disintegrate Slow from Li Ming and Rewrite on a Nubarak. That's a lot of extra CC on a noob now because of Rewind. That's Hardened Shield. That's not Apex Predator. I guess that makes sense. Let's go Apex Predator on this map. Don't really need the burrow too often.
Right.
No upgrade for Kerosene yet. Will it be Storm Shield or the Divine Palm upgrade? I would assume Storm Shield, as Dunk has been very on point with his palms this game.
Yeah, they've been really good.
Silence goes down onto Thrall. That baits out Gus, which is good for Cloud9. At 60 seconds till it's back up.
Yeah, they could immediately go up to the
Web
boss.
Blast.
If they find a cocoon target.
Catch Terry out of position. Is the cleanse there? Dunk is taking a decent amount of damage, but they do end up fouling back. That will secure any kills. Being the worst target for that to happen with. And Cloud9 going to try and do a boss here. They still have most of their heroics up. The only things they're missing are, well, I mean, the important one, I guess, would be Ma. If this tries to get contested.
And Mighty Gust is still down. Here come Vape Nation. They know that this is happening. They still don't have 20. They're half level away. They have Falstad soaking in the lane to try to help. The flank is coming in from iDream. He finds a target, but he gets cleansed out.
A lot of damage still going on the Shadow Fury from the Orb. K1 Pro getting flanked again. He's going to go down again. Wailing Arrow comes out afterwards. Zagara with the Maw. Sanctification goes down. Divine Shield used as well. So a little bit of overwrap there from the Heroics. Dream does use his Ice Block. Gets the silence on the Tyrael. Still a 4 versus 5 here for Cloud9. Arthlon is up. I don't know if they have enough damage without K1 Pro to win this fight. Trap Queen trying to break his teammate out of the web wrap, but they do get him out of there. Catapult's going to core, Gilly.
The orb damage is real. There's a lot of shielding, though.
Yeah, I mean, these two keeps are showing mad value here for Cloud9, as it just forces, despite the 4v5 situation, they have to go clear out the catapults.
Sylvanas is topping hero damage for Vape Nation, and right behind Li Ming.
Yeah, Sylvanas does a lot of damage. Holy Ground, of course, not going to be able to take out iDream here, as he is able to get that mobility. Here comes a Mighty Gust flying in. Arthlon actually in a lot of trouble. King Caffeine missing the burrow. That's 64 seconds without Li Ming.
Oh, a great Mighty Gust. Dunk
Looks
Train.
like they might be able to get out of here, though, Gilly. Dunk Train, if he falls here, this could be bad. Divine Palm doesn't connecting. iDream needs to give him the dash target. One more dash over the wall. Nice juke of the Feral Spirit, Dunk Train.
So good. Staying alive. But still 45 seconds until Li Ming. And Vape Nation have enough gems to get a turn-in. This has been a crazy game, 22 minutes into this. And they're going to be able to get another Webweaver phase to start spawning. They've got 22.
Yeah, they're finally caught up here. Drag going down onto Thrall. Not enough damage without the Li Ming to secure the kill. Sanctification comes down. Still, Divine Shield is up as well for Trap Queen. The Silent Fury very low in mana. King Caffeine in a lot of trouble getting poked down very low. Dunk Train not near him. King Caffeine might need to come down to give him the Radiant Dash. We're not going to have to do that. Li Ming almost back up. Can they keep stalling this out, though? K1 Pro up here very scared by himself. Banelings come in. Roach is going to stall out Wilted. Gelato going for a full back here. iDream going to be able to interrupt the Theoclus. Gets the drag. The cleanse is down. Minute without cleanse now. They're going for the chase, Gilly. Despite two members lagging behind, Nubarak and Li Ming aren't with them.
And they're having a heck of a time turning in these gems, that's for sure. They have enough. And Cloud9 are at the boss. Do they recognize this in time? Foster would have to fly in. It's going down so fast. This is late game damage. He has the Mighty Gust, but...
This might be checkmate, Gilly.
Yep.
This is a 24-minute boss going straight to core. There is the Web Blast going down. Falstad flew in, but a second too late. The Gust comes out. They need to force a wipe now. Here comes the Sundering, but not enough damage to go down. They do take out Li Ming, though. Zagara is isolated. Thrall gets inside the Maw. Sanctification goes down. Zagara takes out Falstad at the same time. Thrall looking for K1 Pro. Dunk Train with the heals, keeping King Caffeine alive. Trap King trying to kite with his teammates. Leto uses Bolt of the Storm. Nice body blocking from Theoclus. The Wolf misses from Rhaegar. Nice science from Nubarak as well. iDream with the drag on Uther to pull him away from his assassin and doesn't allow him to heal him, but the boss is on the core. Gilly, 2 catapults are there as well. It's falling so fast. Don't think the rest of this fight will matter. They're going to get the Divine Shield onto Sylvanas, but at this point, Cloud9 is just stalling out the match. There's the GG has been called. Boss still 3/4 HP, and Cloud9 gonna win the series 2-0 and qualify for DreamHack All-Stars.
Oh, such good manner. Good luck in Texas. From Vape Nation. Cloud9 qualifying, joining Cognitive today in being able to get that ticket to DreamHack Austin. Let's look at the bracket and see. One final update for you guys before we host J-House stream. There we go. Still waiting on Panda Global versus Tailwind Esports. Of course, Cognitive has qualified and waiting on Gusterbus versus Team Banana. And that's it. We did it, Zoya. We did it. I almost said we did it Reddit, which was also true.
Okay, going to bed.
Okay, bye. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Have fun with J-How. Go give them some love. They've still got a couple of matches to watch, so there's still plenty of heroes left for you guys. Thank you so much to DreamHack for having us cast this too. We had a bunch of fun. We are ready for bed. You guys have a great night and a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.